What is up, investment family? My name is Forrest. I invest in stuff. I think that everybody should too, which is why I started this account from zero and have been investing $60 every single day since its inception. Well, I started with $50 and then I increased it to 60. And in this video, I want to show you some ways where you can find more money. So in addition to our account review, I'm also going to go through 5 side hustles that will allow you to increase your contributions to your retirement, long-term investing accounts, whatever type of account you're doing. I just want all of you to have more money. Why am I doing this? Why do I care so much? Guys, this just is fueled by my own life and what I saw growing up. Also my own financial insecurity, my own financial desires and needs. And I just want to help as many people who are like-minded as possible. Whether you want to do FIRE, which is, retiring as soon as possible, whether you want to make a lot of money and you're just not sure what to do with all the excess money. If you're an entrepreneur and you're good at making money, but you're terrible at investing it, or if you're just a teacher or an accountant or a plumber or an electrician or a software engineer or a mechanic or a painter or a house cleaner or somebody who does lawn care, okay, whatever you do in life, okay, whether you enjoy your work or you don't enjoy your work, okay, I want to empower each and every one of you to be a little bit more financially secure, okay? That is the goal of this channel. So let's go ahead and run through the account. Today's a really good example of a down day. Okay, so the total value of the account is at $9,854. You can see the buying power is at $1.94. It's still the weekend, so there'll be another $300 going in for the next week tomorrow. And you can see that I'm down $200 really on the day. Okay, so perfect example of what happens when you're doing long-term investing. So we've had a lot of really green days. Now we have a down day. What do we do when it's down? You don't do anything, guys. You keep DCing in. You keep dollar cost averaging into the market, okay? When things are cheaper, they're on discount. You need to get this mentality of discount. A lot of people only want to invest in the market when things are literally more expensive than they've ever been, okay? That doesn't make any sense. You want to get things on discount. And then when you look back, you're going to feel extra smart when you bought things on the dips instead of only buying at the highs, right? So $9,854. You can see here, we'll just run through the entire account. So I have some Rivian 2026 calls at a $40 strike. I've got this Spirit Airlines, random kind of a lotto ticket that I bought that's probably going to be worthless. And then I've got the rest of the account. So we've got 3.67 shares of AMD. We've got some Apple, VOO. So VOO is the main position. This is the thing that you all should be investing in. Everything else in here, when I first started this account, I had people in my day trading community recommending things and they were recommending a bunch of stuff. Some of it was good, some of it was crap, just to be honest. But I wanted to show that it's more important to be in the market, okay, than to necessarily do what I do, which is day trading. I'm a day trader, which is fine, but really wanted to show the value of long-term investing above all other forms of, wealth generation. So the S&P 500 is a great vehicle for that. You see here, I have 10.85876 shares with a market value of $5,789, average cost of $523.89. And if you look at the portfolio diversity right here, it's 58.76% of my portfolio. So down $100, but still up $100 overall. So even with the big hit in the market, it's still up overall. This could be down overall in the near term. Again, this account is less than a year old. I started doing this in April 2024. So we're just coming up on a year. Still, we cracked the 10K mark and now it's dipping down a little bit. That'll happen, guys, and you have to be fine with that. One of the worst things that you can do is sell everything on a down day. Imagine if you only bought when things were green, and then you sold as soon as they dipped. It doesn't make any sense. Like, we know it doesn't make any sense, but so many people fall for that emotional trap. Do not fall for that, okay? Buy when it dips, okay? And if you're dollar cost averaging like I am, where you're just buying every single day, no matter what, then you're always going to get the best price. That's a really cool thing about this approach is you'll always capture the best prices. You'll capture the worst prices, but you'll also capture the best prices, which means overall you're going to get that 8 to 10% performance, which is going to allow you to have millions and millions of dollars when you keep doing this across your lifetime. So that's VOO that tracks the S&P 500. Then we've got Tesla, VTI, Amazon, Palantir, Cost, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Procter & Gamble, Berkshire A shares, TQQQ, ARM, Johnson & Johnson, Humana, RTX, TSM, JGRO, TGT, which is Target, I believe, SoFi, KMI, Starbucks, MSTR, and Rivian. Okay, so that is the account. So let's run through some tips on how you can increase your contributions and why is this so important. So first and foremost, guys, the reason I'm doing this, and let me actually stop my screen share and real quick. Okay, so I'll throw up on the screen a chart of what it looks like to invest $60 over every day over the next 30 years. Okay, well, let's use this 30-year mark at an 8 to 10% rate. So here is that chart right here. Wait, as you can see here on this chart, the value of this account is going to be worth a couple $1 million at an 8 to 10%. And the total value at the end is going to change depending on how much money I put into it. So if I increase my contributions, even $5 is going to change. Okay, if I increase it by $10, it'll change, $100, it'll change, et cetera, et cetera. So the amount of money that I put in on a daily, weekly, monthly basis will determine the long-term outcome. And for a lot of people, that value is going to go up over time, maybe quickly or maybe slowly. And that's fine. Maybe you'll have to pause for a little bit. One of the cool things about having money is that it gives you options. Okay, so that's the reason why we're doing this. So how can we increase? What are some ways to increase the amount of money that we put into there? So one of them is budgeting. Budgeting is cool, but there are some easy ways to make, or maybe not easy, but some accessible ways where we can make more money this year. And I'm going to run through all 5 of those with you right now. And that's going to allow you to do what I did, where I started this account with doing $50 a day, and I increased it to $60 a day by using ChatGPT to find things I was spending money on by looking at my bank statements and then canceling those subscriptions. Really simple way to do it. So that's more of a attacking my budget approach. And this way we're going to focus on making more money. So let me open up my notes on this because I literally can't remember these off the top of my head, and we're going to run through them. All right. So the first one is freelance writing. Now, a lot of you are going to think like, oh, there's no way there's a market for that. I could tell you as a YouTuber. So if you go to my channel, Trading with Forrest, there's this channel. There's a partner channel that I run for My Funded Futures, which is a futures prop firm. I need copywriting, guys. Copywriting is one of those things where it's saturated, but it's not saturated with quality individuals. So you can find a niche, right, or a niche, and then get good at copywriting or freelance writing for people in that niche, you can certainly make money. Now, you're gonna have to put a little bit of elbow grease in maybe to find your first or initial clients, but I promise you, as somebody who's in the position of finding people to do certain types of work for me, if you do a really, really good job, they are going to recommend you immediately without a doubt, I promise you. And with tools like ChatGPT, you can use those to supercharge your freelance writing. You shouldn't just rely on it. What you should do, again, is just do a little bit of research. And it honestly just is a little bit to find out enough about a topic or industry to really push, your clients, copywriting needs to the next level. And I think I see this as a super duper accessible way to make money. To be honest, if I was, younger and restarting, this is probably one of the first things that I would do. I think it's really, really smart. And again, knowing people who have big brands and things like this, you'll be surprised at how hard it is to find people who are good at this. And the reason why, the bar is so low is because so many people use shortcuts, right? They're only using ChatGPT. They're not spending any time doing research, figuring out which words matter. They're not figuring out what's hot in that industry and really, really writing to their clients' needs, right? They're just doing the bare bones, automate everything, and they're just throwing out crap. So if you don't throw out crap, you'll make a lot of money. Number 2 is creating digital products, right? So you can sell things like templates on Notion, Etsy, digital products like, quizzes. These can include things. So an example of a digital product might be a budgeting template, right? So I'm actually working on a budgeting template. I'm trying to make a really, really good one before I release it to you guys, right? So I'm going to have a free one that everybody can use. And I'm actually working on a few other free things. So you'll see those eventually. I don't want to put a date on it. I just want them to hit a certain quality mark before I have links to them. And then I'll do some more premium options down the line. Okay. So I'm doing free at first, but I promise you people will pay for these things. Okay. Especially if they solve a problem. That's really, really important. So think about something that you've always wanted. Right? This is a really simple way to do this. Maybe a budgeting template or, a Notion template to knock something out in your life. So maybe it takes you 2-4 hours to find the one that you need, and then build one from scratch, right? Redo it, learn all the ins and outs, become an expert in that thing, repackage and resell it, okay? And you can do that as a digital product, and that's a great way to make extra income because you'll know it solves a need, because if it took you, an hour, 2 hours to find exactly what you're looking for, it's gonna take other people that amount of time. And if you can just get to market a little bit better than the solution you found, you absolutely will make money. Number 3 is a virtual assistant. Okay. A lot of business owners and solo entrepreneurs need assistants. I can tell you guys that. Things like email management, scheduling, data entry. You can do this work from anywhere, right? And again, this is a need. You'd be surprised at how accessible the market is. And you might have, again, this idea that it's oversaturated, but it really isn't. It's saturated with people who are doing low quality work. And so if you can make evident to people who are looking for these services about the quality of the work or the attention to detail that you have, people will be really jumping at the opportunity to work with you. As a matter of fact, if you're a good VA, hit me up. I'm always looking for more good VAs, to be honest. If you're really, really good, for example, here, if you're really, really good at English, this can include managing copywriters, right? So as a VA, you're not just doing a specific task. You truly are an assistant to, whoever is hiring you, right? So that can include managing the work of other people. If you're my VA, managing all the people that work for me, answering emails, things like that. You really, really become tied to the hip at the person who's running a business. And what's really cool about this option is that it allows you to learn the business of whoever you're working for. So if you have a long-term goal or looking for mentorship, this is a really simple way to get mentorship in a way, right? You're going to be busy doing a lot of work, but the value of that knowledge is unfathomable, okay? If you're a younger person, or even if you're an older person, life is long, okay? If you're in your 30s or in your 40s and you want to learn a new industry, be a VA for somebody who's an expert. And one of the benefits of being older, quite frankly, is that you're not going to ask silly questions, right? You're going to understand what it means to be responsible, consistent, determined, right? You're going to be a little bit more mature in your approach to this. So absolutely do not be afraid to get into this. If you're a little bit older, people are going to respect you, taking on something new. And yeah, people love helping people that are serious, really about being helped and taking things seriously. So being a VA, again, great way to make money that will allow you to, jumpstart your long-term investment portfolio, as well as open up additional career opportunities if that's what you're looking for. Number 4, online tutoring. So if you have proficiency in a certain subject like math or English or history, things like that, people are always trying to learn, right? So this is a great way to start making more money by helping people who have a very specific need. And what's cool about this is that there are platforms online already exist to enable this. For example, I just signed up with Preply. Okay, they're not sponsoring this, but I signed up with Preply to learn Spanish. One of my goals is to learn Spanish this year. I know a ton of people that speak Spanish, and I want to participate in those conversations, the culture, and those experiences. And so I signed up with a platform to learn Preply. There are tons of tools that are free to learn Spanish. I learn best with structure and with someone holding me accountable, so I signed up with Preply. If you know Spanish, don't discount the things that you already know. Okay, and that applies for really anything in life, but don't discount for the things that are natural to you that other people don't know. Okay, there's value there. All of us have a unique experience, which means that all of us have a unique value to people who have not had our direct experience. Okay, that's a bar right there. I'm surprised I just made that up, but it's true. So find people who don't have or don't know what you know, and figure out if you can teach them, right, and come up with a curriculum or an outline to turn your knowledge into a guided path for them, okay? And that leads me into number 5, start a YouTube channel. Okay, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm taking stuff that I know and I'm turning it into content because I have a goal and a mission of helping people, right? Obviously, we all know that money can be made on this platform. And in fact, I do plan to and would like to monetize this channel at some point, right? And what's really cool about that is that you can combine your mission of helping people, right? And you can make a little bit of money, you can make a lot of money. It doesn't really matter, okay? You should never feel bad about making money if you're not hurting anyone, but especially if you're helping people. If you're helping people and it's a win-win, and if you're helping other people especially improve their financial situation, then it's a win-win-win, right? You win because you're making money, which allows you to accomplish your own goals. They win because they're making money, which allows them to accomplish their own goals. And then you both win because you've made the world a better place, right? You're actually helping people, which can't be said for a lot of the different ways, honestly, that you can make money in this world. A lot of people make money by, scamming people or hurting people. So really, really think about that. Okay. In addition to, maybe Preply, you could, teach people a language here on YouTube. Okay, then monetize that, right? Create a digital product or a template or an outline to help them learn that language, right? Or whatever it is. If you're a plumber, okay, you have an expert skill, you can start a YouTube channel teaching people how to do plumbing with a link to your services. And what will happen is a lot of people will be like, man, that's cool. I learned a lot. And what I actually learned is that I don't want to do this at all. I actually just want to call you because you're obviously an expert. And now you've just added more money to your business. If you're a teacher, teaches fifth graders, you're probably not thinking that the knowledge you have might not be accessible, but you're actually an expert at teaching people that are at that age group. And so if you start a channel showing like, hey, these are some of the strategies and techniques that we use with young kids, parents will come to your channel and say, oh, wow, I actually want to sign up my kid for tutoring or something else, or I want to learn how to be a better teacher. And there's so many ways if you're really creative and don't discount the things that you know, and really, think about the fact that people are looking for you and they just don't know you exist. Okay, the internet and the digital marketplace is only getting bigger and bigger. One of the mistakes that people make, and I make this too, right, is that we get doubt about jumping into something that has so many participants already. And I can tell you guys that, or actually, instead of telling you guys, let me ask you a question. How many new creators do you think are gonna start on YouTube this year that are gonna blow up, okay? Probably a lot, right? Despite the saturation, despite the fact there's so many channels out there, okay, there's an opportunity because, each of us, again, has a unique experience and people want to see your version of whatever. So keep that in mind. Start investing, whether you're young, 20, if you have kids, certainly start doing this for them. If you're older, 50, 60, do it for yourself. Do it for the next generation. If you're much older, okay, we're all on the same path in life. Some of us are just a little bit further down the path than others. And so what I want to do is certainly help the people, who are behind me, but I also want to help people ahead of me with the things that I've learned. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you appreciated it. Let me know if you liked this type of content. I'm going to try and incorporate something like this into every weekly drop that I do. See you in the next video. Peace.
I'm never gonna look back, 'cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast.